Hey everybody, this is Phoenix Down, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. In the last episode, we learned about Terra's origins, the fact that she is actually part human and part Asper, and we also caught a glimpse of the early stages of the rise of the Gestalian Empire, as Emperor Gestal led a charge into the Asper world, collecting the Aspers that would later be used to fuel his Magitech Empire. So now that Terra has finally come to terms with her past, she's accepted the Asper side of herself and has rejoined the party. And now we also have full access to the Blackjack, Setzer's airship. We can travel anywhere in the world we want now if we so choose. We can go anywhere. The world is opened up to us fully. Well, almost fully. We can go anywhere, but some areas just aren't accessible just yet because of the story reasons. But anyway, as I am flying around, I am going to, let's go up on deck. The story wants us to advance to Narshe right now to set the next chain of events into motion. But since the world is opened up to us now, there are a few things we can do now that we couldn't do before, and I want to take care of that stuff today. So let's go down below deck, check things out here. We got this guy here. You talk to him, you can unequip anybody that's not in the party. I'm going to actually have him unequip everybody. I'm gonna start with a blank slate, basically. And that took away my sprint shoes, unfortunately. But yeah, all our party members are wandering around different parts of the airship. So you can talk to people, you know, there's Terra. She's alright. I'm sure peace is within our grasp. So now we can switch up our party members. So I'm gonna do that off screen. I'm gonna reset up my party, you know, give some other characters we haven't seen in a while some showtime, and change up my equipment and everything. I'll do all that stuff off screen, so I will see you guys on deck after I'm all set. Alrighty, we're all set and ready to go. So basically, I gave, Asper-wise, I gave Terra Madoon, so she can work on level 2 elemental spells and increase her magic power every time she levels up. Yeah, she has all the same spells as she had when we left her in Narshe, or when she left us back in Narshe. If she levels up one more time, I believe at level 17 she learns the life spell naturally. You know, I usually get her around level 17 or 18 when she rejoins when I play casually. My characters are a bit lower level than I'm used to them being. I gave Cyan Bismarck so he can work on the early, easy elemental spells. Not that he's really going to be doing much spell casting. His sword techs will probably do more damage than his magic will, but Bismarck does offer a strength +2 bonus for every level up, so that's why he's got that. For Locke, I got him switched over to Ramuh because I don't really need him to know the spells Phantom teaches him now. We don't really need to go clear yet. Well, actually, you know what? I just realized something. I am actually going to switch back over to Phantom because being clear might actually be advantageous on something I want to do today after all. So good thing I'm going over this. I gave Gao Stray to work on boosting magic power when he levels up. So equipment wise, Terra has the break blade and the gold equipment there, and let's see. Cyan, he's got basically the best equipment available. Green Beret, the forged katana. Locke is more or less what he had before. He's got 2 thief knives to boost his magic block. And Gao, he's basically just got whatever's left over. Yeah, I haven't been doing it before, but if you use the L and R buttons, you can just cycle through the character screen, so you don't have to just continually jump back to the main menu and then go select a different character. Anyway, relic-wise, Terra has the white cape and hero ring equipped. Cyan, he's got the sprint shoes and the black belt. I probably could have given him something like the white cape to boost magic block, but eh. Yeah, I figure in the next coming main dungeon, having the black belt, you know, combined with a certain weapon he's going to be picking up there will be pretty good. Locke, I gave back the Genji glove, and I also gave him the sneak ring for now to boost his steal rate, because I'm going to be after something in today's episode. And Gao, I gave a pair of earrings to really boost the magic of his rages, so that'll be good. So alrighty, so where should we go first? Well, first I would like to return to Zen. So let's go over this way. Shift over this way. We're flying over the Imperial continent. at my mini map. Let's see here. Tizen is it's around here somewhere. There it is. So we would just park real close to the place. Too close. Apparently on the buildings. Too far now. Alright, here we go. Now we'll land. Come in for a landing. See, after completing the Magitech research facility, something changes here. Yeah, 3 cheers for the Empire. Nah, I don't think so, buddy. But anyway, most of these guys probably say the same thing as before, but there is a new guy walking around, this little shady fellow over here in the trees. Oh no! Whew, don't scare people like that. I thought you were a trooper. A while ago, someone broke into the Magitech research facility and raised a ruckus. I took the opportunity to grab this. For 3,000 GP, this glowing stone's yours. A glowing stone. I wonder. And we got the magicite. I believe that's supposed to be seraphim. Or seraphim. Yeah, you text limitations and all that jazz. But anyway, that Asper is really nice. It's basically the best healing Asper, healing magic teaching Asper we're probably going to be getting for quite some time. The only downside is it does not offer any stat boosts when you level up. But since I have Gao in the party, eventually I will be returning to the Velt to learn some rages. So if you want to teach people healing spells, or any spells from Aspers that don't give you stat boosts or the stat boosts you want, teaching them but you still want them to learn the magic, the Velt is the best place to do that because you don't gain experience on the Velt, but you do gain magic points. So that's definitely something to take into account. But alright, we got a new piece of magicite. I'll get to that eventually. So now, where should we go to next? Well, I would like to demonstrate... Ah, crap, wrong button. I'm not used to flying with a keyboard. Getting my buttons mixed up. There we go. It's been so long since I've last done some real flying. I want to show off this little island over here. Triangle Island, or Triangular Island. I'm not sure specifically what name it is. There is a rare monster here, but first, before I do anything else, I am going to save. Because this could end badly if I'm not careful. So yeah, make sure you have Gao in the party. Let's walk around. There are 3 different possible encounters you can get here. 2 of them involve monsters that you fight outside Narshe. Like the Leafer. So I'm just going to take him out. He's not important. Then you want to make sure Gao has the Rodux Rage. For the monster I'm coming after. At least if you're playing the original Super Nintendo release. Because there's going to be, I'm going to be explaining a certain glitch when the right monster appears. And this is not it again. Send out Rodux. You want Rodux because of the snare ability. Comes in very handy. By the way, Terra has a new ability. I'll explain that as well pretty soon. She has a secondary function now, just like a lot of the other characters. I don't use it very often, but it's there. There we are, we have the Intanger. Now this guy, well, we don't really see any guy right now. Cycle through. He's invisible, and he is also very nasty. Well, since Alright, so let's see what happens when we, since it's invisible, we cannot do damage to it, so let's see what happens when we cast fire on it. Should probably have you guys defend. He absorbed it. Whoa, that thing is huge. Okay, come on guys, we gotta defend. And he's just standing there right now, but now that he's visible, there are 2 different ways to deal with this guy. There's a cheap way and a less cheap way. But let's see, well, he's not doing anything right now. Alright, Cyan, just dispatch him. Everyone else, protect yourselves. I don't think even defending will do anything, but... And he casts Meteo. Holy crap. And we're dead. So, don't do that. So let me get into another fight with that guy and show you how to properly deal with him. Alright, here's Intanger again. Okay, this time, now, there are two different ways you can deal with this guy. Now, first I should probably say, I usually don't encounter this guy this soon, but I figured since I had the whole world open to me, I may as well demonstrate it. I probably should have waited because I actually don't have the stop spell, and this guy is susceptible to the stop spell, so you cast that on him. He remains immobilized, so you can attack him a couple times without him counterattacking with Meteor and wiping you out. And then you just reapply it, or you use a Rage of Gao that has a stop status that it inflicts. But unfortunately, I kind of jumped the gun on this one. But I do have a different way of dealing with this guy. Now, if you leave the Intanger alone, he'll never do anything. He just sits there being invisible. He's sleeping, basically. If you survive the Meteor attack, he'll basically just kind of stand there for a little while, and then we'll cast Sleep on himself, and he'll disappear again. Now, what I'm going to do with him to defeat him, because I am going to defeat him, I'm going to have Gao use the Rodux Rage and attack it with the Snare ability, an instant death move. There is a glitch. Well, I don't know if you can call it a glitch, but it's a or a bug or whatever. It's tied to the whole evasion stat thing not being broken and not working properly. You know, when enemies have the clear status, the invisible status on them, all physical attacks will miss, but all magic attacks will hit 100% of the time. So there is a trick called Vanished Doom in the earlier versions of Final Fantasy VI, like Final Fantasy III on the Super Nintendo, the version I'm playing. You cast Doom on basically the strategy goes, you make enemies invisible with the Vanish spell, and then cast the Doom spell, or the X-Zone spell, or use the Rodux Rage in this case. So I'm going to have Gao use Rodux. He's attacking with Snare. You can't really see it, but we defeated him. And for defeating him, we get 10 magic points. So Cyan learned Bolt, Ice, and Fire already. So that worked out pretty well. So that's basically that for all I wanted to show on this island. Now, if I had the stop spell, and maybe later on I will showcase another one. That is a great way to grind for some magic points without going to the Veld, because it didn't look like we got any experience for doing that. So anyway, now that we've taken care of that, the next stop I want to make is Jidoor. I probably should have did this one first, actually, because the auction house is now available to us. We go to the auction house, and we have a chance of acquiring 2 more pieces of magicite. So I think that guy just tells us that Jidoor is the westernmost town on the world map. Now this lady here, yeah, there ain't no easy way to make the Imperial lands. Now this lady, she's actually kind of important in determining the cycle of what item is going to be up for sale on the auction. So at least I believe so. I remember hearing that somewhere, but I'm not finding it in any of my guides. But at any rate, let's just do like one quick auction just to demonstrate what it's like. Maybe we'll get lucky and what we want to get, it will pop up. Nope. We got a real talking chocobo. This is basically just kind of a filler thing. So we're just gonna cycle through this one. We cannot, no matter how hard we try, we can never get this one, because this little spoiled brat will bug his dad about it. I want it, buy it, please. And sure, why not? I'll get a chocobo. You know, I could ride it anywhere. It'd be like in Final Fantasy VII. 500,000 GP. Wait, what? Yeah, exactly. That's a big chunk of change, especially for this stage in the game. So they won. They got the chocobo. And apparently the kid must have done something wrong, because they'll be up for sale soon enough again anyway. So anyway, while I'm cycling through this whole auction sequence and everything, they basically do one auction thing, then you have to leave the building to do it again. But you can talk to these people, and they say various rich people things. I need something that will bring back wayward spirits. Huh. Only the imperial capital of Vector does such a thing exist. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe that might be tied to one of our characters' backstories, in a sense. But anyway, the auction's over, so I'm going to step out. And watching that lady's walking pattern can actually determine, I believe determines what, or at least is an indicator of what items will be up for grabs for the auction. If she walks down and then goes to her my left, her right, I believe that means we will have a magicite for sale. I remember seeing that on YouTube once, like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, but it's not turning up in any of my guides. So I'm going to just kind of like pop in and out and wait for her to do that and see if that's the case. But in the meantime, I do want to talk about a couple things. So recently, well, it'll be almost over by the time this video gets uploaded, but I am actually running a remix competition on the Overclocked Remix forums. You guys have probably noticed in previous videos that I've included music from their website in my videos. That's down and right. And so I decided to do an RPG-themed competition on their forums, trying to get people to remix music from lesser-known role-playing games. You know, stuff like Skies of Arcadia or like the Persona games, things like that. None of those have come up yet at this point, but there's a possibility down the road. But anyway, so that's been underway. It's been going relatively well overall. It kind of had a rough start because it took a lot of doing just to get 16 people to sign up. It's basically divided into two brackets. We got heroes and we got villains. And that one didn't turn out as well as I'd like. But anyway, heroes and villains. So there's 8 people on a hero bracket, and then 8 people on the villain side. The hero side mixes, I basically randomized a list of various location themes, like town themes and overworld themes. I was going to do battle themes, but my original vision had 32 competitors total, and I wound up with 16 in the end. So I had to scrap that round. But anyway, so like, you know, like they had to do town themes from like Bravely Default and The Last Story and Legend of Mana and Arc the Lad 2. Those are the 4 games that got covered for that. While on the villain side, they basically just like make music combining their character theme that they pick to represent themselves, and then combine that with their opponent's theme on the villain side. So I mean, it's going well overall now. It had a rough start because only half the heroes in the first round on their side actually sent music in at all. But overall, I mean, I'm pleased with how it's shaping up now. It's getting a little bit more recognition. I probably should have promoted it on my channel a lot sooner. Maybe we could have got, maybe some of my viewers are into making music. Maybe they would have liked to join. Anyway, I'm still waiting for that lady to do the right walking pattern. But anyway, while I was trying to promote it, both in getting people to sign up first and then get people to join the social group on the forums to vote on the music, I actually appeared on their Overclocked Remixes online chat show that they do usually about weekly. It's called OCR Talkback. So if you ever want to see me looking awkward and trying to talk about things, you know, there's your chance there. I appeared on 2 episodes as of now, and this is taking quite a while. So yeah, I mean, those were fun experiences. I enjoyed doing it. I have no regrets doing that. I just wish my overall presence had been better. I'm very introverted, as people that know me in person probably already figured out. I usually keep to myself, so it's hard for me to like get into like really, you know, talky kind of things. It's kind of weird that I'm actually into making Let's Plays when I'm like that, but I guess I can edit and, you know, re-record if I say something wrong or screw up. You know, gather my thoughts and try again later, that sort of thing. Can't really do that in a live show. But anyway, this lady is really not cooperating with me. So I'm gonna have to like cut ahead now, since I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about. I'll be sure to like post a link to that thread on the OCR forums for my competition, because You know, that way you guys can look at it on your own time. You know, all the music that's been turned in will be available for download. Ah, she went the wrong way. Pretty sure she's supposed to turn to my left. Nope. Ah, come on. Lady. Well, maybe she only has to walk down. Well, I'm gonna try it just to see what happens. If this doesn't work, I'm going to just like keep on trying off screen until it actually happens. Nope. But anyway, here's something that we actually can buy. It's a cherub down. This is a relic that casts float on your party automatically, or at least your character. It's overpriced for the auction. None of the items you get in the auction house are like at a fair price. Basically, what happens is you can bid on it one time for like a reasonable price, and then this lady here that there's nothing she can't buy, she'll snipe you. Basically, you have a chance to try to up her on this one, but I don't really want to buy that, so I'll pass. So she'll buy that. She will buy so many cherub downs. Cherub downs have like a 50% chance of turning up. Then like the chocobo is like 25%. Then that other 25% is like divided between aspers and cure ring. So I'm gonna see if she'll go down and then to my left. I believe. Come on, lady. I mean, I've seen this happen on my practice run. It only took like 5 times, and it actually happened, and I got one of my aspers. But anyway, okay, like I said before, I'm gonna cut ahead till when it actually works. Alright. Finally! Okay, she did not go down and to the left. She actually went left and then back right. So maybe I was mistaken about that whole approach. But here we finally got one of the 2 magicite pieces. Zone Seek. We definitely want to buy this. And if you miss out, it's not gone forever. You just have to wait for it to come back up again. But this lady's gonna be really all over this. We're gonna have to outbid her. But a lot of people are after that. Don't even understand what magicite is, I bet. So how about it? Let's buy it for 7,000. That sounds like a reasonable price. Ah, crap. So come on, I could top this. 10,000, alright. Going for 10,000. And we bought the Zone Seek magicite for 10,000 GP, 10,000 gil, alright. Now, that took like 20 minutes, maybe? Something like that, maybe more. I'm gonna get the other Asper off screen. There's one more you can get. Yeah, she's just kind of wandering away there. I'll have to get the other Asper off screen, so I will meet you guys after I get that. Alright. And we got the final magicite piece, finally. The golem. So this one's going to be a bit more pricey than Zone Seek, which was 10,000. Well, we already up to 10,000 there. I'm going to go for 15,000 because I want that Asper. For all the work I put into farming, going in and out of this place, I will buy it for 20,000 GP. And we bought ourselves another Asper. The Golem Asper. It teaches you some defensive spells. So real quick, I'm going to go over this, and then I will meet you guys back at the airship. So anyway, the new Aspers we got, Golem and Zone Seek. Basically, we learn Safe and Stop. We got our Stop spell for if we ever fight in Tanger again. Which I'll do that eventually after I get a little bit stronger. You also learn Cure 2 at a reasonable rate, and you get a nice Stamina +2 when you level up. That's pretty good, actually. And Zone Seek, we get Magic Power +2, which is like the best thing about it. You also learn MP targeting spells. Rasp attacks an opponent's MP instead of their HP, drains magic. Some monsters in this game can be killed by completely depleting their MP supply, including some certain powerful bosses, so that spell is actually pretty good. And Osmos steals MP from enemies, but don't use it against undead monsters or else it'll have the reverse effect and you will give them your MP instead. And Shella's gives you a boost to your magic defense. But alright, I will meet you guys back at the airship and we will check out our next little area. Alright, well now that that's been taken care of, there's one last thing I would like to do before we call it an episode. So I'm going to get back into the airship, and we are going to fly to some new territory. Namely this landmass over here. I'll just park over near this town on this little peninsula here. The game has not yet directed us here. There's really nothing we can do in this town right now. If we visit, the people will just be like, hey, you're strangers. I don't like strangers. The shops won't sell anything to you. The inn is ridiculously expensive. So it's not even worth checking out. So, but I do want to encounter a random monster here. There are 3 different types of monsters you can find on this continent. One of them only appears in forests. And I want to fight one of the ones here on the land. The Baskerville. Now I'm going to have Locke use the Phantom Asper. And then I'm going to try to defeat the little octopus thingy. Because I want to steal from the Baskerville. Again, I want Gao to wait before he uses a rage. Now the Baskerville has a stealable piece of armor called the Gaia Gear, which is really good for the next dungeon, so I will want to get one for all party members. Unfortunately, it is a rare steal, so it might take some time before Locke can get it. But fortunately, the Baskerville does not have a common steal. And while I'm busy doing this, I should also mention that Terra has, I don't remember if I mentioned it already, but Terra has a new ability, the Morph command. It allows her to transform into her Asper form and increase the power of her spells and physical attacks. And Locke is still having trouble stealing. I may have to skip ahead till when I get to that point. I do have the Sneak Ring relic equipped to make things go better. Boosts his success rate by like 50% or something like that. It doesn't seem that way, but it is a rare steal item we're after. So this could take a while. I may have to skip ahead. If it doesn't get it this time, I'm going to just like jump ahead to when it actually does succeed. Okay, I'll see you guys shortly. Alright, there we go. We got the Gaia Gear. Alright. Didn't take nearly as long as it took to acquire the Aspers from the auction house. Also, another thing about the Baskerville is it has a 1 in 3 chance of countering physical or any kind of damage actually with the sneeze attack, which ejects the party member it hits from the battle completely. Anyway, Gao, let's see, what do I want to use with... Alright, let's go with Stray Cat. And Gao just got ejected. I mean, it's no big deal if the whole party gets sent out because it's not like a game over or anything. But alright, Cyan finishes the job. We got a magic point, Locke learn, Vanish, and Berserk from the Phantom Asper. So alright, we got ourselves some Gaia Gear. Unfortunately, the Sneeze command also removed the clear status, but oh well, that can be reapplied easily enough. But anyway, so let's check that out. The Gaia Gear, the defense is slightly lower than the gold armor, but it absorbs earth elemental attacks, which will come in very handy. I'm going to give Cyan the gold armor. I'm not sure if Cyan can equip Gaia Gear or not, actually, now that I think about it. He should be able to. But anyway, in between episodes, I am going to get 3 more Gaia Gears from stealing from Baskervilles. And I am also going to spend a little time on the Veld to teach Gao some new rages. And next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy VI, I will meet you guys outside of Narshe and we will resume the story of the game. So this has been Phoenix Down, and I will see you guys next time.